What's good, everybody? This is the one and only GM, and today, this video, I'm gonna show you guys how the new emergency patch, how it affected Lee Chalan as a character. So I want to show you guys a bunch of the stuff that changes with Lee because of this new patch. So for starters, as you guys know, heat engages are only +7, +9 now, right? So what that does is it makes it so you can counterplay certain moves. I'll show you guys what's up. So let's say you do this and then you do his new heat move, right? Since the heat move is 18 frames, it's gonna come out at 9 frames, right? Actually, no, it's gonna come out at 8 frames, right? But I'll show you now. Now you can sidewalk it. So you can sidestep it, and you can armor it now. So you can't get it. You can't get it for free. It's not a free 50-50 anymore. Now somebody can counterplay and step it, like you saw that I did earlier. See? You can obviously do down full 4 into this, but of course you can still armor or heat burst. So that's one thing, right? Another thing too is that chip damage, just damage in general, because the health guy increase is lower. You see the 1+2, 20 damage with the DF1. So you see it's really low damage on everything. You see? It's very low damage. Now let's go for a combo. Let's go for max damage combo. See? Still a lot of recovery health. So his damage output in general, because of the health increase, has lowered a lot in poking and combo damage. Another thing too, you have to be careful, obviously. There's instances where I did running 3-4 and after heat engager and it will whiff. So some characters, see, you see how that whiffed? I just backed up a little bit because of the distance. It's random. I think it's a glitch because it doesn't work all the time. So you saw I was able to do it one time. See, it whiffed. So you gotta be careful. It's very hard to do. See? And I punished it. It's really rough. So you have to be very careful. If somebody just press back right when he's running at you, you could deal with the running 3-4. So that's really bad for Lee. So he doesn't get a free 50-50 all the time. But like I said, it's pretty hard to do. So I'll give you another example. The good thing about running 3-4 though is that it beats out all the options. So if I do running 3-4, you can't heat, see? I can't step it neither, you see? I'm trying to step it. Some characters step it though. So you have to be careful. Like characters like Lily and Elisa and stuff like that, can sidewalk it. But Lee can't step it though. So you gotta be careful with that. And Jin could parry it now. Jin could parry that now. I can show you quick with the Jin. Quick select.
Get ready for the next battle.
So if you do bomb, Jin could parry it. See? And then you get a free launch. It's really rough. Another thing too that I want to show you, Lee Chalan's combos, right? So we're gonna do a quick select. boss stage. And let me show you guys too.
Get ready for the next battle.
All right, let's say I do this combo, right? Look how much recovery health and look how much damage. So basically, if you do that combo and somebody goes up, gets up and starts going ham, they'll recover all their health. And basically you're pretty much not doing a lot of damage in general. See all that recovery health, and then they could just come in and just start going ham on you after that. So that's mad rough. Let's do a regular combo. See, it's very, very weak, very weak. So you gotta have to poke, right? But like I said, the pokes, the damage is really low on the pokes. You see that? For the risks you taking, you get launched for this, and then obviously slide, not a big damage. Of course, there's counter plays, right, that you can do. Let's say you're doing a heat engager, right? Let's say you do 4-4-3, and you think somebody's gonna armor or something, or raw heat. You can do down 4-3-2-3 and counter them. But of course, you gotta be careful. Honestly, because it's minus. You can't step in either. You see that? But of course, you can hit confirm it though. But you know, that'll stop somebody from pressing. And of course, you know, now you just have to do like stuff like heat engager, quick pokes, like anything that's 15 frames and faster, pretty much. You can do. So let's try that again. Can't do it. See that? Now I'm gonna rage art. Let's rage art. See, can't rage art neither. So anything 16 frames and higher. But like I said, you gotta be careful against certain characters. They could like fully sidewalk your running move and stuff like that. So there's a lot of counter plays. So you basically, when you do a heat engager with Lee, you should just do like a quick poke, so they won't be able to sidestep, like down 4-4 and stuff like that. Down 4-4, up 4-2.
Get ready for the next battle.
Any quick pokes actually. But you gotta, like I said, you gotta be careful against characters like Lily, right? Let's try to sidestep with Lily. See? You gotta be real careful, man. Now let's do a tracking move, right? Let's try to do down for 1 after heat engager. And see if Lily can sidestep that. Nope, can't sidestep it. You see that? So if you do quick pokes, they gotta hold it. They can't heat, armor, or nothing. Let's try it. Down back 3. Sorry about that. The new change is kind of weird with the crouching. So let's try it again. See? But of course, you gotta be careful because you can mash. So like I said, man, there's a lot of counterplay to situations with Lee Chalan. I think in general, as you can see, this patch does affect Lee, because the way Tekken 8 is and the way Lee Chalan is, the system stuff benefits him. So every time they nerf a specific system thing with Lee, it ends up hurting Lee. Like, I'll give you an example. Remember, Lee used to be able to do bomb, and then that into this. That was great for Lee in season 1, cause it made you have something scary with Lee to do when he was in heat. You could have done this, and then hitman up 4-4, up back 3, and that did big damage. But then they nerfed it, and you wasn't able to do it anymore. All you got was a back three or just a blazing kick. So that nerf affected Lee and made his heat less scary. And then, of course, also with the armor, the heat engage off of armor affected Lee too, because that was like the only thing he really had to get somebody completely off of him after somebody was heavy plus. And now it just hits you instead of, you know, get off me and then mix up. And obviously also the heat engage and nerf is rough for Lee, because Lee in general doesn't have anything to force you to completely block, meaning like stuff you can't rage art after, armor, homing, and things of that nature. So that's one of Lee's issues, is that he doesn't have anything you could like really stop somebody from, like a real frame trap. See, like I could step it, you see that? But if obviously if somebody does a rage art, see, he doesn't have anything to make you respect like that. You have to bait all the time because it's like not super duper plus. So the heat engager being plus 17 was good for Lee because it was the only thing he had to make you fully respect it, something. Everything else is just like hard reads all the time. Like if you do like, you know, let's say running 3-4 and you think somebody's gonna heat armor or rage art, you do hitman 1-1-1, but obviously they could duck it and you can't hit confirm that, right? So, you know, at all the system changes in Tekken 8, it actually ends up making Lee worse and worse and worse. He's one of the characters that benefits from some of the system stuff in Tekken 8. The biggest nerf obviously is the damage, obviously, with the health raise, because it's like you gotta poke a lot, and by raising the health, it makes people play way more YOLO. So now with the heat dash nerf, Lee really doesn't have anything to really stop you from, like, it's harder for him to he can't keep pressuring you. Like if I do bomb, I do that and then my turn is over. You know, you gotta be careful doing running 3-4 like I showed you. Like some characters like Lily could sidestep it, Jin could parry it. Most characters could backdash and then punish the second hit. Oh no, because the first one whiffs. And then of course all the Oki got nerfed, right? So he doesn't get big damage off of Oki anymore. See, you can block that. So it's rough. It's really rough. So I think honestly, especially after this new patch, Lee is definitely bottom tier after this new patch. He has to work too hard. That just nerfing pokes in general is really bad for a character like him that has to poke a lot. And he already didn't have anything for you to really respect. So like to make people respect stuff, you have to do stuff like that, right? So let's say you do this. See, the armor, right? But they jab, so you have to risk down 3 more in +5 situations, obviously, because you get a big counter hit combo. But of course that's launch punishable, so it's like big risk, and then you're not gonna do a lot of damage anymore. All that recovery health, right? Look at that, and then somebody could go ham and start going OD on you. So yeah, that's about it. You know, this patch didn't really do anything for Lee and made it extremely way harder for him, because he already didn't do a lot of damage in season 2. So now he really doesn't do a lot of damage, and then you gotta guess like you usually do with Lee now. He can't make you hold stuff too much like that. Of course, it's kind of play options and stuff that you could do, but you know, I don't really see, you know, the season 2 emergency patch. I don't really see it bringing back any Lee players, and I don't really see it like making people want to play Lee. You could just play Shaheem and do way more damage and take risk and not die for risk. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, guys, this is it for the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, but I think this patch is a L for Lee. You know, obviously I'm still gonna stream and I'm gonna still try my best and try to figure stuff out to make Lee work after the emergency patch. But for when I played last night, it was mad rough. I had to poke a lot. Everybody was just going like apeshit crazy on me. I had to like play super duper solid. Lee is already linear, so the +9 after heat engager makes it so like you have to like always guess all the time. He's already guessing all the time. So it is what it is. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out, take care, and laters.